Do you know how many times I've fallen asleep flying the Revelation? Maybe 10 to 15 times just in the last week. At this moment, it practically happens every night. Sometimes it lasts 1 hour. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and, well, the revelation is there at the gate. Okay, let's not talk about that. I'm giving away too many secrets at this moment, so I've been, enjoying this ship. I've been working on some builds, and today, besides the revelation, you will see a new ship, and you will see the Balagorn. Had some very funny kills with the Balagorn that I would like to show you. But for the main part, I will be flying this Dreadnought. Now let me show you the other big boat that you will see in this video today. It is the Naglfar. Now, at one point in EVE, this was one of my favorite ships. I absolutely love the design of this Mimitar Dreadnought. And yes, this thing is so tall, I have to undock in order to show you how this ship looks. This ship actually makes this station look small, which is very, very funny. Now, let me just turn on the adaptive harness just in case if anything happens. So, this is the Naglfar, the tallest dreadnought in the game. It is actually so tall that I can't zoom all the way in without sacrificing the top and bottom end of the ship. But I have to say, they did a very nice job with the ship design and with the dreadnought graphics. The dreadnoughts in this game look really nice, and they are one of the most highly detailed ships. Now, all of the dreadnoughts have very unique turret animations once you enter the showdown mode, or I like to call the showdown mode a siege mode because it's practically shorter and it sounds better, I believe. So let's do this and let's see what the turrets will do. Now, on the Revelation, the turrets practically get extended from the hull of the ship, while on this ship the turrets, well, they I guess they also move out from the hull, although it is not as drastic as on the Revelation, but still it looks very nice. And of course, let's turn off the siege mode, and now the turrets will slowly go back into their original position. Overall, I like the details in this game. The small details are very nice, and now the turrets are back in their original position. Well then, let's dock, and
Docking
I would
request
also
accepted.
like to correct one of my mistakes in the previous video. Now, last time I did show you the DPS fit on the Revelation with quad heatsinks. Well, I thought that I had quad heatsinks, but I was very wrong. I actually did slap one magnetic field stabilizer. I believe it was that. Let me just quickly check that. So that's one heatsink, that's the second heatsink, that's the third one, and this is the... Yep, this is the... that's a very weird heatsink. It's called a magnetic field stabilizer. Well, I guess I did mess up that part a little bit. So let me correct that. Now the DPS is... Yep, now it's the correct setup. Okay, I have corrected my little mistake from last part, and now it will be time to see the active DPS of the Revelation. The alpha and the cold DPS were improved, but not by a lot, although you will notice a massive difference in the siege mode. And well, here you can take a look at the turret animations on the Revelation. Again, they look really good, and this ship kind of looks, I don't know, looks kind of silly with those turrets hanging out, but it is a very good looking ship. 9.8 thousand DPS once I click on the showdown mode button. With the first heatsink, the DPS is now at 11,000, okay. With the second heatsink, the DPS is now at 12,000. With the third heatsink, the DPS is now at 13.6 thousand, and with the last heatsink, 14.1 thousand DPS. Now this revelation is a tank, so this is the hot DPS on a tanky revelation. Looks really good. The alpha damage is also looking really good. And now the stats are correct. Last time I was confused. Why was it only 13,000 DPS? Well, it was because I used a magnetic field stabilizer. Well, it happens. You had the chance to see a cursed revelation in the last PvP revelation part, and my apologies for that. It happens. Now let me quickly dock. Well, I can't dock because I have to wait 20 more seconds. Oh well, I'll use those 20 seconds to admire the beauty of this ship. You know, I really cannot wait for the faction dreadnoughts. I know that they might not be the most favorite ships for many players, but I will do very silly things in the Tremosh. I can't wait to actually fly that thing. Okay, well, I think I am able to dock now. Let's see those turrets go back in the ship. Sometimes I wonder how did that tower actually fit inside of this ship, but I guess there is enough room inside of a 3.8 kilometer long ship. Now, also one little fun thing that I would like to show you. Now this is the Cloaky revelation, and you can actually turn on and turn off the siege mode while cloaked, which is really good in a tactical situation. Sometimes you want to uncloak without the showdown mode, sometimes you want to uncloak with the showdown mode. It depends on the target, and it overall depends on the situation, but it is a very nice little trick that I would like to show you. And now, I know a lot of you are going to ask me, which one do I prefer, the Naglifar or the Revelation? Now, those two ships are very different, and both have their good and bad things. The Naglifar is literally the tankiest ship in the game. You can boost your entire shield from 0 to 100% in less than 10 seconds with a good fit. You can't do that on the Revelation. Now, I did fly the Naglifar, did use it on this very gate here, and I found out that the Naglifar doesn't have the tracking and it doesn't have the alpha damage of the Revelation. In most cases, with the Revelation, you can literally one-hit any cruiser, any battle cruiser, but with the Naglifar, usually it takes 1 to 3 hits, depends on when you lock the target. Although I would say the Naglifar does lock targets a little bit faster. Now the Naglifar that I'm flying has, I think it has targeting rigs, I'm not quite sure, didn't check the build on that ship. Although the Revelation is focused full on tank and it uses full on tank rigs and capacitor rigs. While the Naglifar that I fly has tank rigs in the high slots, and I believe it has targeting rigs in the engineering slots. So overall, both ships are fun. I enjoyed both ships, and throughout this video you will see me fly the Revelation. In some parts you will see me flying the Naglifar, but for the most part it's going to be the Revelation. I plan to have a separate part on the Naglifar, currently working towards getting enough footage for that. Let me tell you, once players found out that, or should I say once players heard that we started flying capital ships every day, they kind of stopped coming to smash our camp because they know that there is a lot of very big and scary ships lurking around, and that was one Covertop's frigate warping out or warping in. Oh well, that was a nice little tank demonstration on the Naglifar. Well then, we are getting jumped. All right, well, that escalated quickly. Now what do we have here? We have a Hurricane, Caracal Sniper, Cyclone Command, Phantasm, and a Ashimu. Now, here I am trying to see which one of these ships is the slowest. Currently I think the Ashimu is the slowest, and yes, it was. Well, there goes the Ashimu. That's the first kill for today. Now the Phantasm is moving at 2.3 kilometers per second. The Hurricane is also moving, and the Caracal is also orbiting. Okay, let's see. I think I can try to get the Hurricane. Well, the Hurricane warped out. Okay. We have a Caracal Sniper and the Phantasm. Both are... Well, I had the chance to shoot down the Phantasm. That one moment that I think you could see where the Phantasm was turning around, the velocity was 0. That was my chance, but I missed it. That's fine. I think the Phantasm will warp away. The Caracal Sniper is also moving. I'm practically waiting for their ships to start turning around. There is that one moment when they are moving very slow. That's where I should be able to shoot them down, but they are warping away. Oh well. We did shoot down that one Ashimu, and we lost 0 ships. That was a very nice... Well, not a gate camp crash, that's for sure, but nice little defense there. So, did say that I had a very funny encounter with the Balgorn. Here we have a Talvar 2 Assault. Now, I'm approaching. They probably lost capacitor by now. The shield on the Talvar has been depleted, and well, that was fast. Now, that Talvar, let me just open the kill here. 1.6 billion. It had B-type modules, and overall had other expensive modules in the cargo, and of course the most valuable items did not drop. Next target we have a Dominix 2. This is the DPS revelation with 4 heatsinks. 38,000 was the first hit. Second hit 16,000. The Dominix 2 is now into low armor. They are trying to burn away from the gate. Third hit 31,000. They are now into low hull. And the last hit was enough to destroy this Dominix. Well, let's take a look at the kill mail. I have a feeling that this Dominix 2 was quite expensive. 7.5 billion. Well, not bad. That's actually a really good kill. A lot of rig integrations, and I believe a lot of stabs as well. Overall, a very nice kill. Let's go towards the next target. So far we had plenty of very decent ships. And the next one is a rattlesnake. Let's quickly lock on. All 4 heatsinks have been activated. First hit, 15,000 damage. This is a shield tank, so I expect it to do a little bit less damage on the shield. Second hit, 20,000. Rattlesnake now into low shield. Third hit, and now they are into low armor. And well, the last hit was the biggest one, 41,000 damage, and the rattlesnake was destroyed. Very nice. Let's take a look at the kill. $3.7 billion. Well, the fit on this ship is nice. It's not that bad, to be honest. I have seen a lot of very bad rattlesnake fits lately, but that one was okay. Next target, we have a Megatron. They are already into low shield. First hit, they are now into low armor. This Megatron is a armor tank. And the second hit was enough to destroy this battleship. Was also a very nice kill. This is the tank revelation with one tracking computer. Sometimes I like to switch the tracking computer with another capacitor battery, but it depends on the situation. This was also a very nice kill. The build wasn't that bad, it actually looks okay. Next target, we have a Tempest. 33,000 was the first hit. The Tempest is locking me on. Okay, that's interesting. They are into low armor. And the second hit was enough to destroy that battleship. Well, looks like today we have a lot of battleships on this gate. Sometimes we have a lot of faction cruisers, sometimes a lot of faction frigates. But today, looks like we have a lot of battleships. Let's take a look at the kill. 1.1 billion. Well, not bad. The build looks very nice. Overall, a decently built Tempest. Okay, will be time to go towards the next target. We have another Tempest. This one is red, so that means this target will have priority over other targets. $40,000 was the first hit. That Tempest had a lot of shield. Very high chance that the Tempest is using a PvP build. They are into low armor, now into hull. And the Tempest has been destroyed. Very nice. One more battleship has been blown up today. It is really easy and quick to do the Concord Pass with the revelation. Our next target is a Dominix. This time it is a tier 9 Dominix. A tanky one, that's interesting. They survived the second hit on low armor, but the third hit will be enough. I think they used a damage control, or the ship was moving and my turrets weren't able to track the target. Next target, Tornado 2, my apologies. This is a battlecruiser. They survived the first hit on 70% armor. But the second hit was enough. That was a very nice kill. Around 530 million ISK, I believe. I will check the kill in a moment. Yep, it was pretty good. A sniper, classic sniper build. Overall not bad. Next target we have another Tempest. And there is a interceptor warping in. First hit almost destroyed the Tempest. They survived at low armor, and the second hit was enough. I'm always happy to see a very nicely built ship, because lately I've seen some very weird builds. Not quite sure why that's the case, but I've seen a lot of very weird builds, so when I see a good one, that is kind of refreshing. Now here we have one Vigilant and one Nereus 2. The Vigilant will be the primary target. A Vigilant repairing armor, but they have been destroyed. The next target is the Nereus 2, and they have also been destroyed. Well, 2 nice kills in a row. Although I did shoot down the Vigilant, but did not get the kill on the Nereus. Next target, we have a Covetor 2. Now, these ships are kinda rare in our region. Usually we get combat ships. Mining ships are kinda rare, and I don't have a lot of tier 9 Covetors or tier 10 Covetors destroyed. So these ships are indeed very unique if you find them in this region. And that was a very nice kill as well, although that ship was empty for some reason. Next target, we have a Gila that was practically destroyed before I could even lock on, and I missed. Well, I guess that's fair. A cruiser that's orbiting or moving is difficult to hit with the Dreadnought. Next target, we have another battlecruiser. First hit almost depleted their shield, and the second hit was enough, although they did take a big hit from our battleships, so I practically just did little damage on hull. Next target, we have a Ferox. Ferox survived the first hit. A lot of ships are using damage controls, and that is the thing that saves their ship from the first hit. Usually a battlecruiser or cruiser cannot survive a hit from... Actually, they did not use a damage control. That's interesting. So I guess they were just moving and I wasn't able to track that ship. Next target, we have Executor 2, a combat logistic cruiser. Well, let's just do this and let's wait for the lock on. Weapons heated up, and that was a nice kill. A very tanky combat logistic cruiser, but Dreadnought alpha damage is terrifying, and that was a nice kill. And this is also a very nice build, but the alpha damage from a Dreadnought is just too overwhelming even for a tanky cruiser. Now let's fly the Naglfar a little bit. Honestly, I haven't had much luck with this ship. However, I enjoyed flying it. I noticed that the Naglfar has poor tracking. I feel like lasers have better tracking than the autocannons. I did miss a lot of the hits with this ship. However, with the Revelation, I did use the tracking computer while I focused this ship full on tank. Maybe I should use a tracking computer on this ship in order to improve the accuracy. Also, the Neglifier has higher rate of fire with the autocannons, and it does have a little bit more DPS than the Revelation, but the Revelation has very good alpha damage, and I feel like the Revelation has better tracking. Now, the tank on the Neglifier, as you could see at the beginning of the video, is really good. The tankiest ship in the game, and I believe that's the main thing about this Dreadnought. It's the tank. A Neglifier can survive a lot of damage. Currently, one Neglifier actually holds the record of highest damage tanked. I think it was around 84 million damage. The fight lasted over 4 hours. So yeah, these things are ridiculously tanky. And that compensates for the poor tracking. However, I did use the tracking computer on the other Dreadnought, so I think the tracking computer did help improve the accuracy on the Revelation. But at the same time, I also used the DPS Revelation without the tracking computer, and it did land more hits than this ship. So I guess those are the two main differences between these two Dreadnoughts. Which one I like more? Honestly, I like both. Both Dreadnoughts are really good ships. And if we ever get jumped by a big fleet, I think I would actually prefer to be in a Neglifier, because I can tank all that damage without worry. Although the Revelation can also help with that as well. Well, the next target was this Cyclone that got destroyed in one hit. That's usually what happens to battlecruisers. They usually cannot survive one hit from a Revelation or practically any other Dreadnought. Now, the next target is a Hurricane Logistic, and this Logistic battlecruiser, or should I say this pilot of that ship, will appear a couple times throughout this video, and in both times they will use the same build. You will see what I mean. They have been destroyed. Now let's take a look at the kill. Yeah, one empty battlecruiser. Not quite sure why, but that battlecruiser was empty. Next target, we have, well, the same pilot with the same ship. This time I'm flying the Balgorn for I don't know what reason, but I'm flying the Balgorn. And now I'm approaching 40 kilometers away from the target. They are now into hull, and they have been destroyed. Let's take a look at the fit on that ship, and it's the same. Not quite sure why, but yeah, two logistic battlecruisers in a row with the same build. Oh well, was still a very nice kill value, even for a empty ship. Let's approach the gate and let's go towards the next target. We have another Nereus 2. There is a lot of cloaky transport ships lurking around for some reason. Not quite sure what's going on, but I've noticed a lot of these ships, and this one had a lot of minerals inside. Well, that was a nice kill. I guess our corp will get a lot of minerals from that one kill. Next target, we have a prototype battlecruiser, and they survived the first hit somehow. Okay, fair enough. Let's see if they survived the second hit. I didn't even do a lot of damage, honestly. The second hit was more than enough, and the build on that is... yeah, let's not look at that. Let's not look at that fit. Wasn't that bad, but still, I kinda feel weird when I see a fit like that. Okay, let's go towards the next target. We have a Prophecy. Almost locked on. And the Prophecy has been destroyed. Very nice. Unfortunately, The prophecy did take a couple hits before I locked on, so I couldn't pop the prophecy from shield, but that's fine. Next target we have a Drake. That Drake survived the first hit as well. We have some tanky battlecruisers today. A lot of them survived the initial first hit from the Dreadnought. But that first hit is enough to basically destroy their tank, and the other ships in the fleet can easily shoot them down. Another prophecy. Prophecy destroyed. Okay. I think this prophecy was from the same corp as the previous one. Next target we have another Drake. And Drake locked on. And they did go down in one big hit. Very nice. Time to go towards the next target. We have another prototype battlecruiser. They have landed quite close to me. Only 17 kilometers. And this one also survived the first hit, but I did expect that because they are quite close and they are moving. So the tracking will be affected because the tracking on these ships is not the best. However, when they land a hit, it hurts, and you obviously could see that throughout this video. Next target, another prophecy. I like to shoot down drone boats. Sometimes they give you a lot of very nice build, a lot of very nice loot. Next target we have another prophecy. That's the 4th or 5th prophecy today. And this prophecy actually engaged the Dreadnought. Very brave and very impressive. Did not expect to see a prophecy launch the whole beehive on this revelation. Well, that was very interesting. Let's go towards the next target. We have a stabber fleet. This is a red stabber fleet. So I guess this is going to be the priority target at the moment. The question remains, am I going to be able to hit this ship? Well, I guess not. I missed the first hit. Let's see if I will hit the stabber once they have been webbed. Well, looks like I did. So if you want to help out your Dreadnought, you should always web the target and make sure that the target is not moving. That way the Dreadnought will apply nearly 100% of damage. That was one Gnosis, was also destroyed almost in one hit. It survived practically on 1% hull. Next target we have a Oracle with a very interesting name. This Oracle is using a large micro warp drive, but a revelation can hit a Oracle with a large micro warp drive going full speed because of the big signature radius that the assault battlecruiser had. Next target we have a Astero that was decloaked by our bubble pilot, and well, that was one nice little kill. Let's take a look at the kill mail. 858 million is, well, not bad. It always hurts my soul to see one Astra being destroyed, but those little things actually have good value to them, and we like to shoot down ships, so that was a nice kill. We got one Sister of Eve ship debris. that can be sold around 300 to 350 million ISK, which is very nice. Next target, we have another prototype battlecruiser. Was destroyed very easily. Next target, we have another Nereus 2. This is the third or fourth Nereus 2 today. And let's take a look at the loot, at the kill mail. Well, not bad. We got even more materials. Very nice. This is exactly what we need. And the next target, we have another Ferox. The Ferox was also destroyed in one hit. Very nice. And, well, I didn't expect a big kill, but you never know. Sometimes you stumble upon a very expensive ship. Well then, today was a very successful day, I would say. So I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.